In the annals of American justice, few trials have stirred as much controversy and public fascination as the O.J. Simpson trial. A spectacle that held the nation spellbound, it was a trial that had it all: a celebrity defendant, a grisly double murder, and a courtroom drama that played out under the unrelenting glare of the media spotlight. This high-profile case, often referred to as the trial of the century, undeniably marked a turning point in American legal history. It was a saga that unfolded in real time, captivating audiences far and wide with its complex narratives and controversial verdict. But beyond the headlines and the courtroom theatrics, there were subtler narratives at play. Narratives that only a select few were privy to. Two such narratives are masterfully captured in the books Madam Foreman and Rush the Judgment. Penned by participants in the trial, these works offer a unique inside look at the proceedings that held the nation in its grip. Madam Foreman, written by the jury's foreperson, Amanda Cooley, provides an intriguing perspective on the deliberations and dynamics within the jury. Rush the Judgment, on the other hand, delves into the trial's many twists and turns, shedding light on the intricacies of the legal maneuvering. These books peel back the layers of the O.J. Simpson trial, revealing intricate details and offering fresh perspectives on the case. They delve into the personalities involved, the strategies employed, and the tensions that simmered beneath the surface. They serve as invaluable resources for not just legal scholars, but anyone seeking to understand the complexities of this unforgettable trial. As we embark on this journey, we'll navigate through the labyrinth of the O.J. Simpson trial, guided by the unique insights these books provide. From the enigmatic character of Kato Kalin to the jury's perspective and the unspoken secrets, we'll explore the many facets of this fascinating case. The tales these books tell provide a fresh and insightful look into the inner workings of one of the most notorious trials in American history. Kato Kalin, a central figure in the trial, was a man who left an indelible impression on the jury. This enigmatic character, often referred to as the house guest, was more than just an observer in the events leading up to the trial. He was a participant, a player in the intricate dance of justice that was the O.J. Simpson trial. In the books Madam Foreman and Rush the Judgment, Kalin's character is presented in a light that is both intriguing and perplexing. He's described as a young man trying to make his way in the world, yet there was something about him that seemed off, something that caused the jurors to question his motives and his testimony. His appearance on the witness stand did nothing to quell these suspicions. Described as appearing high and having a confusing look about him, Kalin's demeanor did little to instill confidence in his testimony. His words were a puzzle, a riddle wrapped in the enigma that was his persona. But it wasn't just his demeanor that raised eyebrows. His relationship with Nicole Brown Simpson and his role in her life added another layer of complexity to this already intricate case. He lived with Nicole, yet he was the best friend of Grant Kramer, Nicole's boyfriend. This tangled web of relationships put Kalin in a unique position, one that raised questions about his role in the events leading up to the trial. Moreover, his involvement in a movie called New Year's Eve, where the killer wore leather gloves and used a switchblade knife, eerily mirrored the real-life events. This connection, though tenuous, added another layer of intrigue to Kalin's character. Despite his seeming insignificance, Kalin's testimony and behavior raised many questions that continue to linger. His role in the trial, his relationships, and his actions all contribute to the enigma that is Kato Kalin. He remains a figure of intrigue, a player in a game of justice whose true role may never be fully understood. From the jury's point of view, this trial was not just about O.J. Simpson, but also about the people surrounding him. Chief among them was Kato Kalin, a figure who raised eyebrows and stirred doubts among the jurors. The books Madam Foreman and Rush the Judgment offer a unique insight into the minds of the jurors, revealing their thoughts and feelings as they navigated the labyrinth of evidence and testimony. Their perspective was not always aligned with the narrative presented in court. They saw Kalin as a character of intrigue, a man whose behavior and demeanor raised questions. His confused looks, his seemingly high state of mind, all this painted a picture of a man who was more than just a house guest. The jurors didn't just passively accept the information presented to them. They questioned, they doubted, they deliberated, they wrestled with the inconsistencies and the gaps in the narrative. Kalin's presence in the house, his relationship with Nicole, his connections to the other characters in this drama, all these elements didn't quite add up in the jurors' minds. And then there were the unseen players. People like Grant Kramer, Kaylin's friend, who was mysteriously absent from the proceedings. The jurors were aware of his relationship with Nicole, of the brutal breakup that left her heartbroken. And yet, Kramer was never brought into court. His role in the events was never questioned. This too raised questions in the jurors' minds. The jurors were not just passive spectators, they were active participants, dissecting the narrative, examining the evidence, seeking the truth. And in their quest for truth, they found themselves questioning not just the guilt or innocence of O.J. Simpson, but also the roles and motives of the people around him. The jury's perspective provides a unique lens through which we can examine this complex trial. It reveals a story that is not just about a crime, but also about the people involved in it, their relationships, their motives, and their secrets. Beyond the televised courtroom drama, there were hidden narratives that never made it to the public eye. Among these unspoken secrets was a tangled web of relationships involving Kato Kaylin, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Grant Kramer. Kaylin, the house guest, was in a tight spot, caught between his friendship with Kramer and his living arrangements with Nicole. This dynamic created a tension that was palpable, yet largely overlooked during the trial. Kramer and Nicole's relationship had ended on a sour note, with Kaylin playing the role of the unintentional catalyst. He had invited Nicole to Kramer's engagement party, an event that led to the couple's brutal breakup. This incident left Nicole heartbroken, and Kramer, once a regular visitor, became persona non grata on her premises. Kramer, part of Kaylin's circle, was conspicuously absent from the courtroom. His relationship with Nicole was never scrutinized, his narrative never explored. This absence of inquiry into his potential involvement remains a glaring omission in the trial's proceedings. Further complicating this narrative are the unnerving parallels between the trial and the movie New Year's Eve, a film that featured Kramer and Kaylin's friends. The film depicted a killer who wore leather gloves and used a switchblade knife, eerily similar to the real-life crime scene. The killer manipulated the police and the media, much like the media circus that surrounded the trial. The chilling similarities are hard to ignore, yet they were never brought to light during the trial. These unspoken secrets add another layer of complexity to an already convoluted trial. They expose the overlooked details and hidden narratives that might have shifted perceptions, swayed opinions, and possibly even altered the course of legal history. Yet they remain buried, a testament to the enigma that was the O.J. Simpson trial. Ultimately, the O.J. Simpson trial left many questions unanswered and many secrets unexplored. This trial, a high-profile spectacle, has been thoroughly dissected in the public eye, yet it still retains an aura of mystery. The two books, Madam Foreman and Rush to the Judgment, have added fresh perspectives to the narrative, shedding light on the complexities of the trial and its participants. Kato Kaylin, the so-called house guest, emerged as an intriguing character in the midst of the trial. His behavior on the witness stand and his relationships with the key figures raised eyebrows and suspicions. The jurors, as detailed in Madam Foreman, found his testimony confusing, his demeanor odd, and his role in the story puzzling. The questions surrounding Kato, his motivations, and his truthfulness remain largely unresolved. Another unexplored aspect of the trial is the relationship between Nicole Brown Simpson and Grant Kramer. The intimate relationship between the two, the subsequent breakup, and the emotional fallout were conspicuously absent from the court proceedings. Grant Kramer, despite his close association with Kato and Nicole, was never brought into the case. This omission leaves a gaping hole in the narrative, a hole filled with potential secrets and implications. The role of the media in the trial was also highlighted in Rush the Judgment. The manipulation of the media by the killer in the movie New Year's Eve and the similarities to the real-life scenario suggest an eerie parallel. This adds another layer of complexity to the trial, raising questions about the influence of media on public perception and the course of justice. In conclusion, the O.J. Simpson trial was a convoluted web of facts, emotions, relationships, and media narratives. Despite the verdict, the trial left a trail of unanswered questions, unexplored secrets, and lingering doubts. These unexplored aspects, highlighted in Madam Foreman and Rush the Judgment, continue to haunt the narrative, adding to its enduring intrigue. The O.J. Simpson trial remains a testament to the intricate and often opaque workings of the American justice system.